Alright, well hey everybody. So I'm outside today in my element, because being inside actually sucks a lot. I love being outside. I call this the Arizona Outback, and the property that we're on we actually call Way Away, which sounds Aboriginal. It's not, but it's got a really cool Aboriginal sound. So we call this the Australian Outback. And yesterday, for some reason, yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, I was compelled to find my didgeridoos that I had for a while, and then got lost in the move when we moved out here. I don't have the usual didgeridoo because I can't afford the several hundred or several $1,000 real didgeridoo that comes from a eucalyptus tree that's been, the inside has been eaten out by termites, and so it's hollow on the inside. I also can't afford here in where I'm located. They also make didgeridoos out of century plants, and those sound really great. But for those of us who are poor, or at least spend all the money they get, you got to come up with alternatives. What I've got here is a 1.5 inch, 1.25 inch outside diameter PVC pipe, about 5 feet tall, and it makes a really nice didgeridoo. I get dizzy because of all that heavy breathing. That's my kind of heavy breathing now. So that's great. You know, I'm about at the level with this that I am with the guitar. Okay, I'm sort of a beginner, but a great dear friend of mine who is now off scanning the Orion Nebula introduced me to this style of didgeridoo. And I can say, man, it's not as good as the real thing, but it satisfies. It satisfies. And there's some great physics that is going on here. There are standing waves and interference patterns, and all kinds of great stuff. And the actual amount of breath that it takes to make that sound is very little. But there's a technique, and you learn that as you go along, and it's great. It allows me to breathe nice and deeply, and it sounds really good. And if you play this in front of the TV while you're watching the TV, this thing vibrates your entire body, including your eyeballs. And it vibrates your eyeballs in such a way, they're called sympathetic waves, or sympathetic vibrations. And what you see on the TV is a wave motion, which is just an interference pattern. The TV is scanning at about 30 hertz or 60 hertz, and your eyes are vibrating at whatever the frequency this guy is going at, and so you get a little interference pattern there, which is really a cool effect. So I thoroughly enjoy it, and as I said, I was compelled yesterday afternoon to go and get them, and I went to the hardware store this morning, and they had a perfect 5-foot length, 1.25 inch outside diameter. Fits your mouth really well, at least my mouth really well. And as this area, as the mouth area warms up with your breath, it actually gets easier to play, and it sounds better. You can pull out some really cool higher harmonics, and really, I mean, it's a really cool instrument. And you use your voice, and you use your tongue, and you use your entire body cavity. In fact, the sound comes from about your solar plexus, and you can feel it all the way up. And the standing waves that go inside this tube actually suck your lips in. So it actually makes it easier to play. This instrument wants to be played. The only thing that I don't have yet down really well is the circular breathing. So I can breathe out through my mouth and suck in air through my nose. I've never been able to master that. Even in high school, when we had to do that kind of technique, I could never do it. But you know, hopefully I'm going to learn. So that's a real trick. So for now, I just take big deep breaths, exhale it all out, take another deep breath, exhale it all out. It's fine. It's got a good sound. Okay, more later. Bye.